What's up YouTube, Capo here, and welcome to a brand new league called the UCL 2.0. And I know there's probably tons of other UCL leagues out there in the internet world, and they're probably like yada yada yada, blah blah blah, UCL, blah blah blah. But for the sake of keeping it simple and not melting my brain in this intense heat, we'll just call it UCL 2.0. And if you're unfamiliar what exactly the rules are, how the mons are drafted, I'm pretty sure there's a video out there featuring Game Boy Luke and Twitch, and they sort of do a rundown of what exactly the rules are, how the mons are drafted, and things like that. But some information you won't find over there, is there's 16 teams in this league. There's 30 weeks in the season, so we battle each person twice, a really long season. And all the battles will be on Pokemon Showdown. So if that's not your cup of tea, then go check out something else on our channel. Check out the RBLs things. That's pretty cool out there, not to sound pretentious or anything over there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Hashtag self plugins. No shame whatsoever. No shame whatsoever. But if you guys enjoy this, be sure to smash that like button. And if you guys want to support the Toronto Staraptors on their overseas battles, something like that, be sure to subscribe and continue on supporting the Toronto Staraptors. It means so much for me that you guys show up and like these videos or subscribe and really support the Toronto Staraptors on our cause to hopefully making the playoffs this season for the very first season of the UCL 2.0. But we're going to be starting on week 2. That's right, getting right into the action, getting right into it. As I'm 0-1 and so is Purple, so one of us is going to be walking 0-2 and the other is going to be all walking with a 50-50 record. As we can see on his team, he has he has 3 Pokemon that have a common weakness to ice. Ludicolo is neutralized, but still it doesn't appreciate it, and so does Scramble. So we can see that Cryogenal is an awesome lead off to this battle, because most likely he's not going to lead off with Omastar. No way. No way. So I'm going to put it at slow, and we're just going to get this battle on its way as I lead off with Cryogenal, and he's going to lead off with his Garchomp, and I'm like, oh snap, this is perfect. I'm just going to go for the safe play. Ice Beam, because I am Scarfed Cryogenal, which will do a lot of damage to everything. I'm modest, fully invested in special attack, so it's going to do a decent amount. It does 52%, and I'm like, is that a low roll or a high roll? So there's no point of making the over prediction. I know Cryogenal is my potential win condition, but I didn't want to make that sacrifice right away, and I want to set up my Stealth Rocks because there's Thunderous in this battle. Getting that residual damage and not allowing him to always switch out for free is going to be really, really nice. It's going to be super helpful. So I set up my Stealth Rocks as he's just going to go for a, I believe, Earthquake, which does a decent amount, and it's sucky damage. It's sucky damage. And I'm actually surprised he stays in, because I could have had Iron Head and I would have destroyed this thing, but I don't. I only have Psychic Toss. I'm a bit surprised. As I'm just going to go for Protect. I want to scout out what this thing wanted to do. If I want to go for Thunder Wave or something like that, then so be it. So be it. And I make the prediction that he's going to switch out into like Ludicolo or something like that, Murkrow, as I'm just going to go for Thunder Wave, and suddenly this thing is a lot less threatening, because even under Swift Swim and Rain Dance, it's still faster than me, but it's not faster than other things like Nidoking, Cryogenal, maybe even Machamp. I'm pretty sure, maybe not even Machamp. So I'm looking pretty good here. All I know I have to do is I have to let Krillin take these hits and keep on going for Seismic Toss. So I'm in not a bad position, because Krillin is taking it. Even under the rain, Krillin is taking these hits in like no manana. So I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now. So I'm going to go for Protect once again, and I know at this moment he might figured I'm just going to keep on doing the same shenanigans, so he is most likely going to switch out. He does have the Murkrow. Omastar might come in, which I was predicting to happen, and I'm just going to go for a Thunder Wave because, hey, why not? So, but Murkrow comes out, and I'm like, that's perfect. Having this thing paralyzed is going to be so nice, because Murkrow can't essentially do anything at this moment. It can only taunt me, or whatever else Murkrows do. So we're going to see what it does, and I soon learned that it's just going to go taunt me, because I'm paralyzing everything, I'm protecting, I'm being this annoying little thing over here. I've recovered so much damage because he let me do that. So I figured, you know who enjoys getting taunted? Flex and Texan, because you know, when you flex and tax, sometimes you get a bit distracted. So having that taunt sort of works out for me. It does work out. I'm going to go for the middle ground play over here because if he goes into Garchomp, Thundurus, or Ludicolo, then I'm good. Plus, Murkrow doesn't appreciate Ice Punch. So I go for the Ice Punch, do a decent amount, even at -1. But I wasn't sure if Poison Jab would take Granbull out. Now, if I ran some calculations and been a bit more tedious in my analyzing, then maybe I could figure that I could take it out Poison Jab. But I go into Krillin, who gets a crit, and that's unfortunate. But it's not the worst thing to happen, as I'm going to get this thing paralyzed also. But he's just going to go for a close combat. Sort of works out for me because I can just go right into Machamp and actually go for a Poison Jab, so he's forced to switch out. He's absolutely forced to switch out because he doesn't want to lose this Granbull. He gets the very first KO, which is incredible because we're like in turn something, and that was the first KO. So Juan's going to come in. I'm just going to go for a knockoff because I was predicting him to switch out. And Juan is just going to go down and get on out of here because Juan doesn't appreciate this shenanigans going on. I could have gone for a Poison Jab and sort of revealed it, but he's going to end up going into Granbull once again. And at this moment, I'm like, well, this thing's paralyzed. I could potentially get the paralyzed hack, but I just take it down with a Poison Jab, and I'm like, well, snap. I could have done that a long time ago and Krillin wouldn't have died. But hey, Krillin always dies. That's what he's meant to do. So Thundurus comes out, and this thing's scary. This thing's really, really scary, as I don't know what sort of Thundurus this is, but he goes for the Psychic, and I'm like, that is perfect. He could have gone for Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, or anything like that, but doesn't. And suddenly, I can make this thing work. I can make it work because I can get this thing poisoned, but what do you know? I miss. He hits the Thunder, and I miss the Toxic, and I'm like, where's the justice in that? There's no justice. Where is it? Where is it? It's just horrible. He lands another Thunder, as I'm just gonna go for a Moonlight. So at this moment, I know he doesn't have Sludge Wave. It was a really risky play of me to go into Clefable and take up all these hits, but he doesn't have Sludge Wave, which is awesome. And he's just going to set up his Nasty Plots, which is perfect for me, because at this moment, I knew either I had to sack off Clefable and simply get this thing poisoned because I don't want it to chill around here for a long time, or I can potentially set up some Cosmic Powers and take another hit. Because after Lefties, I'm pretty sure even after Lefties, I would have taken it. But so far, he's hidden 4 Thunders, and I knew that Karma was going to catch up, so thankfully he misses, and I didn't have to rely on my Cosmic Power to save me. So I'm going to be at a decent amount of health where I can potentially take as much hits as I want. And I can just set up another Cosmic Power at this moment of time because whatever comes in doesn't appreciate it. So Murkrow's going to come in, and I'm like, I know what's going to happen. He's going to taunt me because that's the only move he has. He can't go for an attack because that's not good. And as long as I keep on going for Cosmic Powers, I'm going to be potentially unstoppable at this moment. So he ends up going for Taunt, which works out for me because I go for a Moonblast and take out this Murkrow. So at this moment, Thundurus can't come in. Garchomp is his only option. Almost could have came in too, but I think it would have been at a point of just a standstill of Moonlight and poisoning it. So he makes the best play and goes into his Garchomp, which is just gonna go for a Poison Jab, and I'm like, alright, 2 hits will take down this Garchomp. No problem, I can eat up all of these hits. I could have gone for a Moonlight over here, but it would have been just back and forth, and it wouldn't have been worth it, so yeah, it wouldn't have been worth it. So I'm just gonna go for a Moonblast, knock this thing out, and at this moment I'm looking pretty confident that I might get the W in this battle, but it's also at this point where I decide, well, do I want a 4-0 or a 5-0? And I decide to make a safe play over here because Lord Helix actually scares me. I may be unaware, but I am poisoned, and that poison damage will gradually build up. So he could have easily gone for a Shell Smash and just let me die to poison damage, because I can't stay in here for much longer, and I knew that. So getting this thing poisoned is really nice because then I can just switch into my Flex and Texan and he can just go for whatever attack, as I'm going to eat up this Ancient Power, which is the best move which is the best thing that could have happened for me. Honestly, that's the best thing. And he ends up going for a Surf. I'm Assault Vest, so I'll eat that right up and I'll take this thing out. And Flex and Texan is going to get a KO on Lord Helix. I'm sorry, Lord Helix. You're not the god in this battle. And he goes into Thunderous. Now, I know that my Cryogenal can outspeed it. And I know that I can take a hit from it. Even if he goes for a Focus Blast, I'm pretty sure I can live it. So Mr. Freeze was the safest play to go into. He'd have to get a weird crit, which he ends up getting. But it doesn't matter because I'm just going to end up going for an Ice Beam and outspeeding this thing with my Scarf. I'm going to get the W with a solid 5-0 victory. So we are now 1-1 with a +2 differential, which is awesome because that'll put us in a really great position if it comes down to differentials later on the playoffs and whatnot. So really good battle, Purple. Sorry, I almost forgot your name. However, next week we're going to be going against the Oakland Raiders, something like that. And we're going to see how that works out. He's got a pretty solid team. And this league is going to be pretty competitive. And I'm really enjoying these Pokemon Showdown battles. It's a lot less complicated to really go on like the 3DS and like gen everything and make it work out. It's nice to just sort of theorize what's going to happen on Pokemon Showdown, then carry it on to Pokemon Showdown and do all of this. So this is sort of a much more or less stressful way of playing Pokemon and really just trying to get everything right. And yeah, so I'm really enjoying this league. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, be sure to leave a like on this video. Let's try to get to 5. That'll be nice. That'll be super. That'll be awesome. That'll be delightful. But I'm going to get going, and I'm going to say this is Cap signing off. We are 1-1. Alright.